you. Thank you for that question. Why is it important to write it all down word for word? Well, if you don't, then your energy is focused on what you're going to say next. When you've written your entire presentation out word for word, then you edit it down, because it'll be too long. You rehearse it over and over again, and then you know your material so well that when you get to your presentation, it doesn't matter if you say exactly what you wrote down, but the same message will get across, and now you're free to connect with your audience rather than thinking about what you're going to say next. And that is probably the number one, if you go with nothing else, to do that. And if you're not used to doing it the first time, it might take a little work, but if you are selling, or if you want your audience to have, if you want to get great results from your presentation, isn't it worth taking a little time to write out your entire presentation, rehearsing it out loud? And what I suggest is find a dress rehearsal. So let's say you have a big presentation to give. Don't give your final performance, don't give your dress rehearsal at your final performance. Find a smaller audience, friends, colleagues, co-workers, a Rotary Club, a Toastmasters Club, how about that? And which I'm sure many of you do. And that's something, take advantage of Toastmasters. If you have a presentation to give at work or in your community, give it at Toastmasters first. I had many years ago, in my beginning years of Toastmasters, before I became a speaker and started coaching speaking, I had to speak at my parents' wedding. They renewed their vows. It was their 40th wedding anniversary and my father's 70th birthday combined. And they had people fly in, all their friends. I think it was the wedding I never had. I think they put that money into it. I think it was really my wedding. But anyways, that's okay. And my mother had asked me and my two brothers to get up and say something about my father, because it was his 70th birthday and it was going to be a surprise. And I gave that speech at Toastmasters first, and I pretended one of the guys was my father. It was wonderful. And they gave me such feedback, and one of the most important points that they gave me was, say something about your mother. And I opened with that. And after the party, my mother said to me, "You're the only one who mentioned me out of your two brothers." And that's because of you. So bring your presentations to Toastmasters first. All right, let's move on because we don't have a whole lot of time, and I want to have time to answer all your questions as well. The second step is have a great opening. It's going to get their attention immediately. So your audience will buy into what you're going to say immediately. Because don't you want them to be on your side right away? And you don't want to have to spend the next 45 minutes convincing them they should listen to you. Right away, they're receptive to what you are going to say. So how do we do that? A strong opening. What did I do today? Did it work? Did it get your attention? So what I did, I opened with a personal story, so I let you know a little bit about me. Most people who I see in business, they don't want to talk about themselves, and they're missing the boat. Because if you want your audience to buy into what you're saying, to buy from you, you've got to let them know who you are so they can like you and trust you and all that good stuff. And they can relate to you. And when you bring your personality to the platform, when you show who you are, it gives your audience permission to open up and show you who they are.